Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Yesterday I took part in a blog hop with the Pootlers team and we were showcasing products from the mini catalogue that launched on the 5th of January and goes until the end of April 2023. And I will put a link to that video hop in the description for this video. That video hop, it wasn't a video hop, it was a blog hop, but I'll still put a link to the blog post. Then you'll be able to hop your way around and see lots of inspiration on using new products from this mini catalogue. Here is what I made. And this uses a bundle called Beautiful Thistle. Let me just get that. And I have used this image for a card already on my blog. I'm just using this little sentiment for this and instead have used the dies to cut the 3 pieces of that gorgeous thistle there. Also decorated the box with this stunning paper that's called Dry Brushed Metallic. So you get 2 different colours and 2 sheets of each of that in the pack, and that's brand new from this catalogue as well. So I've already gone ahead and prepped most of this. The type of box is called an impossible box, and the way it works is you pull out the top like that and then you can reveal what is inside. And in this particular one I've got a Body Shop hand cream. It's called an impossible box, but it's actually really quite easy to make, and I'm going to show you how. So I have used Calypso Coral, and I've already prepped this, and I didn't mean to, but I thought I was filming earlier and I wasn't, and then I had a coughing fit, and then I went to pause and realised I hadn't been recording anyway. So yeah, so I'm starting again, but obviously I've already done some of the prep. So this piece, let me bring in my trimmer so you can see the process anyway. This piece is 5.5 inches, and all of the measurements will be in my blog post. There'll be a link to that in the description bar. So it's 5.5 by 7 3/8 of an inch. And then what I've done is scored it on the short side at 1 1/4. Get that cut and blade out of the way. 1 1/4, 2 1/2. Checking that was right. 3 3/4 and 5 inches. So basically just going up in increments of 1 1/4 inch there. Okay, because the base of the box is 1 1/4 inches square. Then on the long side, score at 1 1/4 again. Okay, and then score at 5.5, and that gives you 4 1/4 inches in height for the box. And then want to score that at 6 1/8, then 6 3/4, and that's that done there. Okay, so essentially what we have, we've got 1 1/4, that's 1 1/4, and 2 of those are 1 1/4, and then we've got 3 sections that are actually all the same. They will form this piece at the top there. So I've got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. You couldn't see that there, could you? I have 1 there, 1 there, and there's 1 on the inside there as well. So that's what we've got, those 3 bits at the top to make that bit for the closure. So I need to add in some pencil marks on this. So again, I've got the 3 horizontal lines at the top, and I'm doing the second one down, and I'm measuring from the score line at the side there. I need to have my inches rather than centimetres, and I'm doing that at 5/8 of an inch. So a 1/2 inch and then an extra 1/8. Okay, do that on all 4 of those sections. Okay, so that is essentially halfway point on those. Okay, now let's do a little bit of burnishing. Just making sure that you've got things lined up before you give that a good press. And then the last one. Alright, and then with the ones at the top there, the very top one folds back like that. Okay, but if you fold it along the one that you've got the pencil marks on, okay, we're going to do a little bit of cutting with these diagonal bits that allow the box to close. So keeping that folded along that middle of the top 3 score lines, simply cut from your pencil mark to the corner of the next score line down, like so. Cut down your score line to that next score line, and then again cut diagonally from your pencil mark to that bit there. I've gone a wee bit too far there, it's because I'm not right over it. You can take your time, straight down, and then cut on the diagonal again, taking that triangle out. Straight down, and then from the pencil mark to take that triangle out. Okay, and then on this one, the last one, the little skinny panel that just joins it, just cut straight down to that score line just now. That makes sense? So that's how it now looks at the top. At the bottom, just doing what I normally do and cut straight up those score lines to the first horizontal line you come to. And then take out that skinny little panel completely and take a little wedge out onto there. I'm going to take a little wedge out at that side too. Didn't quite go far enough on that. And on this top piece here, I'm just going to do a tiny little wedge on there and even smaller on that side. So you're really not taking much off that because you need that to glue your lid together on here. Okay, so that is all the cutting. What we need to do is do some decorating, and I've already gone ahead and cut out the panels of designer series paper. I've got other bits in there to do the other decoration, and I've got 4 pieces that are 1 inch by 4 inches to go along there. And then I've got some other little bits that will just sit along the top there. Now, my preference for glue is normally always a liquid glue, except where there's foiling involved. And the reason for that is that sometimes you see the glue and it kind of warps foiled and makes it look not quite so pretty. So I've gone ahead and put tearing tape on the back of all of these pieces. So I'm just taking the backing off all of the tape. You could use Stampin' Seal Plus. Actually, that's what I did with that one, because I thought, new year, new me, let's give it another try. Oh, I just got myself in such a mess. I have more control with tearing tape on exactly where I put it. I just prefer it. So, sorry. New year, you're still getting the same old me. Go with tearing tape when I have to, but before that I will always just go for a wet glue. And our multi-purpose liquid glue is fabulous. It gives you that little bit of wiggle room, time to play about with it and make sure you've got it straight exactly where you want it, blah blah blah. But when it's dry, it's rock solid. It's no going anywhere. So I will probably just fast forward whilst I am doing this repetitive bit, and I'll chat again in a moment or two. Alright, so I've got all of the designer series paper on this. I just need to assemble the box, and as normal I'm going back to my wet glue because it's just on the card, and I'm putting a little bit of glue along that tab. Fold that over and then bring that piece over and hold that for a moment or two so that it grabs, but once it has grabbed, it's fab and solid. I like to just turn mine over and give it another press that way. Like so. Okay, so we've got a nice join in the middle there. We need to form the base, so we've got that join at the back there. On the base I like to fold in the side and the other side. Then this is the back, got that seam there, and then this bit will be the front. Have I got that right? No, I've not got that right. that's the back. Oh, I did. Oh, honestly, I'm having one of those days. I did have it right. There we go. So no seam there, no seam there, no seam there. All your seams are at the back. All right, so we have this bit to do. Now, always make sure that you've folded that bit over before you start to do your assembly, which is why I put my designer series paper on it at the same time as I did that bit. Okay, so we need glue on there. What I'm going to do first is fold that down so you see how that goes along the top there. Then I'm going to put my glue on that, just nice thin bit of glue, don't want it oozing out all over the place, and then pop that down and then fold that in. I've actually got a little bit too much glue on that, I've come too far over, but that's okay. Take off the excess with a cloth of some description, and then if it's still sticky afterwards, then I'll go over it with my adhesive eraser. But I find that's the best way to do it, is to push it down and then form it in, and then it works nice and easily. Really quite effective. I do like this type of closure. All right, so that's our box made. Want to do the briefest little bit of decoration, and as I say, I'm using the beautiful Thistle. 3 little dies here. I've got crushed curry, no, Cajun craze that I'm going to do the stem. I've got a little piece of gold that I'm going to do the, what I would call the hairy bit of the thistle. That'll fit in there. Let me just cut that off. That can get die cut from that, and this bit I'm going to cut from Calypso Coral. What I'm also doing is stamping with Cajun craze, using the Best Wishes. I'm just going to pop that down on there, upside down, but it doesn't matter. And I have the smallest square from Stylish Shapes. Let's just hope I've got that far enough up. I think that should do. And put a little bit of tape on that, and then just die cut those. So bear with me a moment whilst I get my machine. All of these will fit through the mini. Now the mini is available to purchase, but it's also one of the options that you can get when you join my team during celebration, which is 5th of January to the 28th of February. And if you join my team, you can either get the new boho blue version. You would also get £170 worth of Stampin' Up products of your choice, plus this, and you pay £125. Or instead of the blue one, you can get the normal white one. Or if you're not interested, you've already got a mini die cutter, then you can have £170 worth of Stampin' Up products for just £99. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch. The machine does come with all of the plates that you need and instructions on which plates you need for what. Oops, well that didn't work, did it? clearly didn't press that sticky down far enough, or have it far enough over. Right, that one and that one. This one on there. And a little gold bit, like so. Pop the top plate on. Just realised it's the old cracked plate. Oh, there we go. Love that wee machine because it fits anywhere. Do you know what? It's so lovely and compact. And I've got that bit, this bit, that bit there, and my sentiment. Okay, so if I just bring it back in the box, that was the back. Then I'm going to use mini dimensionals, which I hadn't brought down. That's okay, got them now. Minis. In fact, I can probably use a larger one for that. I'm going to actually stick this bit to the back of my sentiment. So the sentiment's raised up and the top of the thistle is raised up, and this bit just kind of goes with it. Okay, so one on there, one on there, and I'll just stick a little one over there. Jings, I think that might have been the hardest bit of the whole box. Impossible box. Impossible to get the backing off that one. Go. And I've done it the wrong way round. Told you it was one of those days. Let me start again. Bearing in mind which direction you've stamped it on. Oh dearie dear. Just as well that's going to be hidden. Right. Okay, we've got those two. Let's get another one. Right, back to where we were. I should have known this wasn't going to go to plan when I realised I wasn't recording when I thought I was recording. Okay, so these, if you give it a little bend, they do actually kind of poke out a little bit, but I found that I had poked them all out, and then when I pressed it down with the dimensional, it just kind of went flat again. So nice idea, just not terribly well executed. So I will put this one just at the top of there. Okay. Pop that on and Similarly with this, you can poke it from behind and all of these wee bits will stick out and just give it loads more dimension, like that. Okay. So lots more dimension, and what I'm going to try and do is not to press it too far down. Stick that on there, take the backing off, and then place that on there, like so. And I've still got my jaggies on that. All right, so there we go. An impossible box. It's really quite easy. I hope you have enjoyed seeing this tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, then I'd love for you to click on that subscribe button and come back and watch my next tutorial. As I said earlier, all of the details for this project are in my blog post, and there's a link to that in the description bar for this video, and a link for all of the other Pootlers team blogs from yesterday's haul. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.